This episode of the RV Cooking Show is brought to you by the good people at Best Parks in America. If you log on to their website, bestparksinamerica.com, you can become a Best Guest in America. This free membership program allows you such perks as free site upgrades when you check into a Best Parks in America resort upon availability, and other goodies like that. You will enjoy some of the best parks in America. Hi, my name is Yvonne and welcome to the RV Cooking Show, a place where I can share with you my passion for RVing and my love for recreating regional food specialties from all across the country right here in my Tango RV kitchen. Today I'm going to take you to my favorite place in the United States, Key West, Florida, and I'm going to show you how to make one of their signature desserts, key lime pie. To make a key lime pie, you'll need a 9-inch graham cracker pie crust, and I buy these just pre-made at the grocery store. You'll also want a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. You can buy the fat-free or the regular, whatever they have at your store or whatever you prefer. We are going to use 3 egg yolks, and in a few minutes I'll show you how we're going to separate the whites from the yolks. The most important ingredient, however, in our key lime pie is our Nellie & Jo's famous Key West key lime juice. The difference between key limes and the limes that we see in our grocery stores everywhere else are the size. Key limes are teeny tiny little limes and they are super tart. So we're going to use about a half a cup of Nellie & Jo's Key West key lime juice. Alright, let's show you how we're going to separate the yolks from the whites. We've got a bowl here to catch the whites. So we're going to crack our egg. We're going to break it open. Okay, and we're going to let the white drip out, discard the top part of the shell. Then we're going to pour what's left in the eggshell into our hand, keeping our fingers open and allowing the whites to drip through them. We're going to transfer the egg yolk back and forth, letting all of the egg white drip through until we have no more egg white and just an egg yolk. The next step is to mix all the ingredients together for the pie filling. So you want to use a large mixing bowl, or if you have a measuring cup with a spout, this works really well. I'm going to use a whip to mix it up, but if you have an electric mixer, that works too. So into our mixing bowl go our 3 egg yolks, a half a cup of Nellie & Jo's famous Key West key lime juice, and our 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. Sweetened condensed milk, by the way, is different than evaporated milk, so pay attention at the store. You want to get the right thing. Using our whip, puncture the egg yolks, just mix it up. It's thickened up very nice, everything's mixed together. It's time to put it in our pie crust. Easy enough. We're going to put this on a baking sheet just to make it easy to pull in and out of the oven. It certainly is not going to overflow. In fact, what's going to happen is the custard is going to thicken up just slightly. So we're going to put it in our oven at 350 degrees for 15 minutes. Let's do that. Key West, Florida is an amazing place to visit. I don't know if you remember, several years ago, Key West tried to secede from the United States. They were going to call themselves the Conch Republic. Well, they weren't successful in that effort, but Key West, Florida is an absolute unique and inviting place to spend some time. You might even fall in love with it. When you get down there, I suggest the first thing you do is take a conch train tour. The conch train is a little open-air trolley, and they take you around with a very informed guide to some of the more historical or some of the bigger highlights of Key West. It'll help you get your bearings and give you a good idea of what there is to see and do. Duval Street is the main street that runs through Key West, and there's lots of restaurants, shops, and plenty of people watching along Duval Street. You might stop into the world-famous Sloppy Joe's. As you wander around Key West, you might notice some of the more eclectic residents, and I'm talking about the chickens. It's hard to believe, but there's a population of chickens that run wild through Key West. That's just the way it is. There's an interesting cemetery in town, and because Key West is at sea level, most of the graves are atop the ground. Dogs aren't permitted in the cemetery, but if you don't have a pooch with you, wander through and read some of the epitaphs. If you're looking at getting away to something a little more quiet and naturesque, I would suggest you go to the Dry Tortugas National Park, one of the least visited in the national park system. You'll need to take a ferry out there, and it's about a 2-hour ride. The ferries offer you a box lunch typically and snorkeling gear. Enjoy your box lunch and tour Fort Jefferson. The fort was never completed, though it did house Civil War prisoners. How do you like that? If something a little more wild is more your style, consider visiting Key West the last week of October, right around Halloween time, for what they call Fantasy Fest. It's not for the faint of heart, but if you love a Mardi Gras, that is a party not to be missed. It's been 15 minutes and I think our key lime pie is ready, so let's take it out of the oven. Yep, it looks just right. The way that you can tell that your key lime pie is cooked up just right is the way the custard inside the pie crust looks. If you shake it around just slightly, you see that the key lime custard inside the crust is nice and firm. It's going to be, well, you know, delicious. Once it cools for 10 minutes, I'm going to put it in my refrigerator and I'm going to allow it to chill overnight until it's nice and ice cold inside. However, because I knew that you would be visiting today, I made a pie last night so it would be ready for us to eat today. Let me get that out of the refrigerator and we'll finish it up. It looks wonderful. So we'll just take the top off here. Oh yes. Now perhaps you've noticed something a little bit different about this pie. Rather than using your standard graham cracker crust, we've used a nice dark chocolate Oreo crust. Again, pre-made, purchased from the store. I think it's going to really be good. We'll check it out. Before we serve our pie, we have one more step, and that is to make some whipped cream. Now you can buy Cool Whip or use the whipped cream in the can, but it's just as easy to make your own homemade whipped cream, and believe me, it tastes far superior. What you're going to need is some heavy whipping cream. Sorry, this doesn't come in fat-free. You'll need some confectioner sugar or powdered sugar, and we'll use about a 1/4 teaspoon of some pure vanilla extract. We're going to combine all of those ingredients in a chilled glass bowl, and we're going to use our handy dandy whip, and we're going to whip it up until it peaks into a cream. So are you ready? Easy enough. Here goes our heavy whipping cream. Look at how thick that is. Perfect. I'm going to put a little bit of the confectioner's sugar in. Let's try a couple tablespoons to begin with. And our pure vanilla extract. About a 1/4 teaspoon. Perfect. Now we'll whip it up. As you can see, this is starting to stiffen up really, really well. Are you surprised? Did you think that key lime pie would be bright green like you've seen other key lime products? This doesn't have any unnatural coloring in it. It's just the egg yolk, the key lime juice, and the sweetened condensed milk. So this is the color of real key lime pie. We're going to put some whipped cream on the top, put a nice spoonful, just a little dab, just for beauty. We're going to add a lime as a garnish. And just for something special, I'm going to finish it off with some fresh raspberries. Oh, yeah. Well, one for you and one for me. Now you've seen how easy it is to make a key lime pie in your RV or even in your home kitchen. I hope you've enjoyed this show. You can find all the ingredients for our key lime pie recipe and any other recipe you've seen us make on the RV Cooking Show on our website, rvcookingshow.com. Thank you for coming over and being our guest today. Can't wait to dig into this pie. We'll see you again on the RV Cooking Show.